Deanna Maurice, weekly craft and lifestyle content. So I wanted a banner to be a part of my SVG file. Here I'm just tracing one that I found on Google. It was in a JPEG format, which is a picture format, so it wasn't separated from the white background. And here I'm just using a pen tool with my fill color on black, and that is how I got this shape. Here I'm just messing around with the width and the length of it until I get it to a size that I think will be good for what I have planned out in my mind. So the concept behind this SVG is to be a logo for a fake company called Savvy Cakes. My daughter's name is Savannah, and I made her a shirt and myself an apron. And if you'd like to see how that turned out, please go ahead and check my page and the description box for a link where you can see that video. Alright, so here I just typed in Savvy Cakes in white. I like to create my SVGs in black and white, especially if they're just going to be one-dimensional, so that I can get an idea of what they're going to look like once they're cut out. So here I'm just messing around with the font and adding a bold filter onto it. That's the great thing with Photoshop. You can mess around with the spacing of your font, the width of your font, the height of your font, until you get the exact desired look that you want. You can also distort your font a bit if you want to. The opportunities are endless in Photoshop. So here I'm just making my little banner a little bit thicker so that it can compensate the thickness of the word. This is an image that I pulled directly off of Google of a cupcake, and it is a cupcake PNG file, so that means that it came with the backing transparent already, so I didn't have to do anything with that. However, be careful with these images, ladies and gents. When you upload them to Cricut Design Space, do a test run, because sometimes the lines aren't straight and then it kind of just ruins your material. So make sure that you have a nice PNG file if you're going to be dragging it off of Google. Here I'm just typing out head chef and then my name, which is Deanna, and I'm using a few different fonts just to add a bit of interest and dimension to this project, since I will be cutting it out using only one color. There on my name, I went ahead and made the font a little thicker, and now I'm just messing around once again with the size of it. Here I'm just adding a rectangle above and beneath my name. Once again, using the rectangle button or the square button with it on a fill of black. Guys, do bear in mind, however, that you can design your image in whatever color that you want, because once you upload it to Cricut Design Space and you select that you want it to be a cut image, it's gonna just create it to be kind of like on a grayscale anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Here I'm using my circle tool, and I took the fill off and I just left the stroke black, and I wanted it to be a slightly thicker stroke to kind of pull your eye towards the design. And on either side I'm just adding two little stars PNG files that I pulled off of Google as well. Now I want to extend my banner out on either side so that it is covering up the circle, so that it gives the illusion that the banner is on top of the circle. So before I started designing, I went on Google because I knew that I wanted to make a cake shop logo, and I typed in cake shop logo so that I can get an idea of the style that I was going for. And sometimes it just helps to visualize things, so definitely do that if you're trying to come up with a logo or a SVG file and you don't know where to begin. Just Google something. I'm not saying to copy it, but you can kind of compile different ideas and take different elements from different places to create something that is specific to you. Remember that designing something should be fun. You are not stuck to one thing. So if you decide that you want to move around things, that is totally up to you. That's the whole point of being a designer, to be able to express your creativity through your thought process and bring it to life. Spend time making sure that you get the end result that you would like. Photoshop is definitely something that comes with practice and watching tons of videos, taking courses if you have to. But once you can get the hang of it, it will be life-changing because you can do so much with it. Okay, so at this point, I am satisfied with my image. However, if I were just to save it just this way into a JPEG format or something like that, when you open it, it will have a white background. So you want to make sure that you remove your background layer so that you have the onion skin, which looks like a grid. And then because we typed in our letter Savvy Cakes, I want that to be transparent. I'm going to show you all how to cut through Savvy Cakes so that when you save it as a PNG, you will be able to see through it. Hey there, just a quick reminder, if you want to join the crew, go ahead and hit the subscription button, as well as give this video a big thumbs up if you are enjoying it. And last but not least, click the bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload. Okay, so what we want to do here is clear the Savvy Cake so that it is now transparent. What you're going to do is select your text layer. So I'm going to select Savvy Cakes. Next to it there is a T. Select the T, meanwhile pressing Command. That is going to create what is called marching ants. Marching ants are basically just little dashes that go around the image that you've selected to show you actually what you selected to work with. In order to have this process work, you actually need to be cutting it from something. So I'm cutting the Savvy Cakes from the banner behind. So after I've selected my image, I'm going to go to Layer, drop down to Layer Mask, and then select Hide Selection. Once you select the Hide Selection button, you will then see a little box pop up on your layer with basically the outline of what you've just cut out. Okay, now go up to your original text layer and deselect the eye so that you can no longer see, the white text. Now you're just seeing the onion grid. Make sure that anything else that you've layered there is not showing. So as you guys can see, I had to move the cupcake up a bit. So at this point, you've done all the hard work, but the most important part is to remember to deselect the background and save these images as PNG files. If you do not save them as PNG files and you save them as a JPEG, they will not move freely and they will not upload properly to Cricut Design Space. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I do hope that this video was informative and helpful. Please drop me comments letting me know exactly the kind of videos that you guys would like to see in regards to design so that I can make those for you. You guys stay blessed and always remember to have good vibes. I'll see you guys at 10 a.m. tomorrow.